Hello and welcome. Right, I'm sure that I've lost the first half of this because I cannot find the bit where we start the recording. I think this time it's my fault. It is, although we've got all sorts of weird things going on, and on multiplayer it is an absolute nightmare. I went on Court Farm and because of the storyline, it's on multiplayer. Well, that was an absolute travesty. Everything is going wrong. It's sleep is going wrong on the normal game. So if you go to sleep, you'll go into a perpetual sleep where you don't ever get out of it. So the only way to do things at the minute is to speed time up to like 360 and just wait the night out, which is like going right back to the beginning of MS22 for a start from scratch. Yeah, I remember it well before Sleep Anywhere arrived by Ian. Yes, so I know he's got numbers, I just can never remember 598 or whatever. I can't remember his numbers, but yeah, I've set everybody going again because yes, obviously everything started, but I haven't got the first bit for this. But luckily, we've not really done anything important. Our money was really low. We'd already got the Massey that we sort of did. I think I'm sure we did. So yeah, but if we didn't, it's unfortunate that it's not insurmountable. Let's go and have a look, because he's nearly finished. Aha. The baler I was manually doing. Elizabeth is carrying on at the minute. Yeah, I literally did half the bale myself. I thought, oh, I could do this. And I thought, yeah, but what about everybody else? So yeah, started everybody off again. But then I can't remember seeing the footage for this. I think I might have accidentally deleted this myself, and this time I've been thinking I'd actually done all of the episodes. I probably did an hour or something like that, so we haven't lost a lot. Ooh, I've not got auto drop on, have I? Yeah, but yeah, so I'm not going to multiplayer. I can't do any Court Farm episodes at the minute until Giants fix whatever they've done to the game. This is a whopper. This makes all the others look tiny by comparison. I've never seen game features like sleep broken and all that type of stuff. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why anybody... This happened on a game like Star Wars Galaxies, when that was the game to play many, many years ago. The game company behind it, was it Blizzard? No, it wasn't Blizzard's. No, it wasn't. I don't know who it was that was actually behind the game. The company that it was under license to, obviously by Star Wars themselves. They'd got it. Literally everyone played it. Really, it was they kept on having to open servers, and then there was this massive event that they called it the CU. I have no content upgrade. I think it was stood for something silly like that, and people always have to abbreviate these things. But it was an unmitigated disaster. Just highlighting the fact that no matter how successful any kind of franchise is, if you pee off all of your players enough. I didn't swear there. No, I didn't. If you do annoy your players enough, there's something out there that's almost as good. People will put up with that. I don't think Giants have got... I don't think there is anything as good. I think that's the only thing that Giants have got. There are other good ones, as we know. I mean, I've tried, I think, all of the farming games, and I've got to be honest, nobody has got physics anything like Giants have got physics. But I've got to be honest, this is it's a little bit horrible, the fact that we have to put up with what we are having to put up with. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is letting... and this is why I mentioned the CU. This was an unmitigated disaster where a company thought it was a sensible idea to release an untested update on everybody. Well, what's happening now to this game on this particular type of scale is exactly what happened. And that company's arrogance was rewarded with the players actually going elsewhere. It is true. It did exactly happen as that. I myself, it was rubbish. You couldn't play the game you were paying money to actually play. And it went on and on and on for days, to the point where most people just thought, nah, I can't be bothered. That's it. Enough. What? Yeah, I mean, I think most people would have thought at some time, what idiot thought it was a clever idea to release something that hadn't been properly tested? Well, yeah, I concur with those words. Really, Who would not test this first? It is just sheer arrogance. It really is, to release untested or partially tested. And don't get me wrong, I know everybody does it. Everyone takes and thinks, yeah, we'll test it in the wilds, as they call it. Yeah, everyone else can do the testing for us. Really? When things are this bad? When the game's fallen to pieces? It's been broken for a long time. I mean, the messaging system's a joke. It only tells you about 3 things. If this was FS19, FS19 was fantastic. All the messaging system worked. It was a sleek thing. Okay, it didn't have features that this has got. Although I've got to be honest, no, even the productions were beginning to arrive, not through Giants but through the modders. So yeah, I apologise, but it is so infuriating that to be subjected to a game that works one day and the next day I can't even sleep. I mean, in multiplayer, well, I'm going to post that video. Have I posted already? No, I haven't. And they will post it for once. The trouble is, it's going out of sequence. I did the same with the Old Farm Countryside. Yeah, exactly the same. Oh, I was so close, but you know, it's tough. I might find some little bobbles on one of the other ones. Yeah, the Old Farm Countryside. Likewise, I went out of sequence. I got 2 that I thought people need to see that that it really is broken and that it needs fixing, and also to tell people all I'd found that was wrong on this single player game was sleep. But the multiplayer game is a completely different beast. That's breaking down on a grand scale. I had all manner of things. I had the doors shut on. Let's stick that back on, don't we? Let's just see if we can find. I think we can finish this bale. Really do. Are we baling or are we loosing? I think it's a lot loose. Oh, hang on, we've got some kind of. No, everyone's happy. I thought it goes to show how big a field it is with that one mower. Yeah, so we've done our mez. I've got to go this way anyway. I may as well at least finish the line. It's towards the next bale. Waste not, want not, and all that. So yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't. I've never known a company so hell-bent on infuriating all of the people that play and love the game. And I say it does. You do reach a certain thing where you think, I'm going to put up with that. It's not quite as good. And that is what you're going to do if you keep on being arrogant and think you can get away with debacles like this. And I'm not gonna like mince my words. I don't anyway, but I'm really not gonna mince my words over this, because this is infuriating. It really is. One day the game's working and then we get a I mean, I suppose that's the other thing. There's silent updates. They don't even pop up anymore, so you know you're being updated. It just does it in the background. It's which is so infuriating. Right, well, I've got to be honest, I was impressed with the bale pusher. It actually works with workers most of the time. Sometimes perhaps if it now then the Orcan has it this. Well, we haven't had a message, but that proves nothing. The Orcan could just be sitting on the field like it is, taking my money and not doing anything. Yeah, exactly like that. And that's been like that for absolutely ages. So the one thing I have got to say about the Orcan, it's not, they're all a little bit prone to do that, but whenever I've taken over, it's never done that at all. It's those angles there where it's not actually pointing. The workers tend to not like it if they can't. Yeah, like now, it's as it turns around, it starts to go for that, but there's that little bit. I don't know if it's not got any storage, it could be that, but yeah, it is more prone to do it to any other one of these forage type stats than any other. And it is no, I'm not expecting miracles. Yeah, it's brand new. It may well be fixed, and if it's not, then it's one of them things where, yeah, I don't really know what you do when you either don't have it or you put up with it. But I mean, I've got to be honest, any piece of equipment that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I tend to there's no way. I don't put up with that anymore. I do at the beginning of any mod. I'm not doing that. So I've got the wrong thing selected. yeah, I don't mean it funny, but the modders are so fantastic. I mean, this is amazing, even if it doesn't work. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, the detail, the way that the modders actually do all of this is phenomenal. But if a modder doesn't fix the work that's broken for any length of time, then I think now, well, we've got enough mods that are alright. I'm not going to go for one that's not going to be fixed, where someone doesn't care about it. It's the nearest. Am I right? Let's just watch it for a line or two. Although I don't know actually. I think one of the mower, I would imagine, is about to finish. Still haven't lost my knack. Oh, that is quite amazing. It is, yeah. I don't get. It was an educated guess. I mean, I couldn't really see it, but it was an educated guess because it is weird. I think it's a subconscious thing. I did say that once before because it's not magic. I think it's just that you know your timings. You look at the cross and you think, yeah, that's going to take about 5 minutes. But your brain has sometimes, especially if you do this a lot, has got that amazing ability where it like goes, yeah, it's going to be finished soon because you're thinking about it. And it is so uncanny that I don't get it right a lot that particular time. Now, are we going to stick these? No, this shed's perfect for these. You know, we had the windrower, and I think we can do all sets of mowers, one after another. Oh, yeah, they will drop. It will. I know it's a bit odd, and I apologise for that in a way. But yeah, you can see that actually that it's just the wireframing thing is, and they will catch up. Because can I lower it already? No, it doesn't. No, well, I suppose we can sort of, and then we can refold it. But look how big they are. That's like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I went backwards instead of forwards. Let's refold it, because actually we're past the slope. It should be alright. Yeah. I do apologise, but I know these only too well that they're quite amazing ability to be exceptionally flexible, and you can't unfold them without them actually, yeah, properly being ready for action sort of thing. So did we already stick the others away? We had got to, haven't we? Did we stick them in this one? No. Right. Oh, yeah, this is getting old quick. I think we're going to need to swap the Orcan out. Well, of course, I've come in here and it always does it. This is getting old fast. It really is. It's a shame. Yeah, we just can't put up with it, and obviously it's even a proper back. It really is. I mean, I'm surprised by how nicely it manages the trailer. I am very impressed with that. I am also impressed with this trailer because this is one of those gaps. There are some mods that get released and you think, we've already got 600 3-metre cedars. Why does anybody want to release another one? Well, if you love 3-metre cedars, then, and that's your life's work to do a mod, then who's to stop you? Just because I'm not going to use it, but that doesn't mean to say it's not worth doing it. People do these things for a labour of love for themselves. And if lots of people must like 3-metre cedars and planters, so yeah, knock yourself out. I mean, I'm not going to know them, but that doesn't matter. It's all about our own, yeah, what we want to do, isn't it, really? I must admit, No Man's Land, I think, scared me of 3-metre cedars planters forever. Having to do one of those monstrous fields. Do we use a standard worker? Should we try those with this and see if we get anywhere? We need to put that out. Right, because that way, if the standard worker doesn't work with this, then I've got to be honest, then the Orcan is doomed in a way, and we'll just go to using the normal mower again. Let's just see, shall we? Let's give it a chance. So let's actually stick with it. Click backwards. Yeah, it is amazing, but the Courseplay doesn't seem to be able to handle the turns very well with it. And let's see, because this is probably just going to go up and down. But again, it might be the turn. Oh, yeah, I know. It's always messy, but let's see, this is the bit where Courseplay doesn't handle this very well, which is unlike Courseplay. It's got a very nasty turning circle. But then again, it's supposed to reverse and everything, so I still think I needed yet more. Yeah, so it's going wide, which of course they can do exactly the same, but for some reason isn't. Then it should. Very messy, but yeah, well, at least it's doing it. It's a not the best way of doing it, but it is actually doing it, and it doesn't need us to like look after it. So let's go and see Philip. I'm just unsure as to yeah, quite a few. We are a tractor short. Yeah, we are actually. That is true. Yeah. I think we're going to go loose. I think we are going to go into a time lapse though, because there's a lot of grass on that field. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I haven't really got. I mean, I can use that flatbed as the bale trailer. Really, I can. I've used it before in that very capacity. So we've got a trailer that we can use for bale. Have we got another one? Have we? No, I think we're talking about buying the H2 Studios, but with 15,278, it will pretty much clear us out, and you always have got to keep a bit of reserves for, say, your animals or something. So yeah, I can't really do that. So because this is such a monster job, I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. really another full one off that. So yeah, I don't think I've given the Orcan a chance. It's too it's too bitty bobby, and it's the worker didn't do too bad a job. I've got to say that the standard worker, because you've always got to stop start, and they'll only do follow the lines and then they'll stop. Did go a long while, but it's too bitty bobby. It is. I would like to do that. I was thinking about this. I'd like to compare it to the Forshrit and see how effective that would be to get the little Forshrit and lease it just as a bit of a test, really, not for any other reason, just to see how well that does on its turns. Because I can't recall it. Again, it is the Orcan is new, but anything that causes you stress, I always like to think. Don't get me wrong, I'm not for 1 second. I want to put this in context because it's easy to sort of think, ooh, that's a bit. What I'm saying is, in context, is right now it's only just been released and it's a little bit too unstable for my liking, because you've got to keep on checking it all the time, and it's stopped, and like on every other line, you can't ever have, in my personal opinion, a piece of equipment that you're forever having to run around at, because it causes more hassle. I'd sooner work more slowly with other equipment and it be reliable than I would to work with a piece of equipment that's unreliable. And it may not always be unreliable, it's new, and that's what I'm trying to say. In context, I'm saying that right now it's just a little bit too unrefined for my liking, and I'd sooner work with the equipment that we've already got. I'd sooner work with normal mowers that are reliable, normal windrowers, and even if it takes longer to do the process, but the process is reliable, I can put up with that. Truly been a monster session, really has. And I'm going to leave it here. We've got 2 tick-ups, so that goes to show we're up from like almost the jaws of death to 41,000. What I'm hoping next time is, because that's a reason I did that one, is because I thought I switched that. I can see the smoke out of its exhaust, the fumes. Yeah. I'd like to get us through winter next, and maybe not all, because we've got animals, although they're not much trouble because they're small. But yeah, it's 3 months, offspring in 3 months again. So I mean, these are the 45 animals. These are going to become quite 150, but they are going to become quite not troublesome, but they're going to need more food and all that type of stuff. So yeah, that's going to become obviously the cows are always a much more slow burn, but we bought some full adults. The others were close to full maturity, so again, they're going to sort of produce not massive amounts, but that's not bad. Three tons, because it was down to like less than about 254 or something like that just a couple of hours ago, so it is ticking up nicely. You have to really, you can't actually, it's weird. Most you can just walk in the door and the additional info, there's something not quite right about it. You have to really go into the dialogue inside. I just wanted to sort of show you how well we're done with all the grass and everything. So then, yeah, there, plenty straw, plenty food. Yeah, could do the top up, but they're not terrible. Still in the green. And again, yeah, they're in the orange. Straw's spot on, and TMR could do with a bit of a top up. So we'll do that before we race through next session. But yeah, just that was a monster. Let's have a look at the productions. We've got the bales to collect, but they're not going anywhere. We'll grab them like later on. This is the one that I'm interested. How much? That is a lot. I knew we'd done a lot of runs. 364 tons. That's going to be a slow burn through winter, because it's 120 tons per night, so that's almost exactly 3 full months worth of, and then there's the straw with a little bit left. I'm going to see if this one accepts bales. I'm not sure if it does or it doesn't. If it does, then we'll just drop the straw bales straight into there and do that. And yeah, because we could also go the other way. We could put them in for the straw stroke manure, but I might do some. I might do a bit of a split to both. This does accept bales. This is fantastic. And the other way is we could stick the bales in there and then grab the bales out. Although I can't remember if I've ever tried to grab anything back out of this, because a lot of them won't allow you to take the inputs back out. They'll let you take the outputs out, but not the inputs. There are a few that do. The Omatana, that does. Omatana's been very generous with that. The Hessian, you can't. You stick your grass in, it's in there and it's going to process. You can't grab the grass back out. You can grab the silage out, but you can't grab the grass. I remember doing that very early on in Lapacho, thinking, oh no, I wanted the grass. But no, it's tough. Once you've done that, there's no coming back. It is a beautiful map, and I think we're doing very well. And also, yeah, massive shout out to Marty. Yeah, I did think, have we got anything? Yeah, we have. Let me just pop down the shop. I did think that these were ours, but then I thought, no, they're not. Yeah, they are. Apparently, Martin says they don't appear in your thing, but these are for you. Yeah, so I did wonder. I could see the machinery marks, but obviously with it not appearing in our thing, I thought, no. I thought what threw me was this here. That is a tractor, but I did very early on, and somebody may remember me doing it. I did that. I was trying to jump in it. I did just as a test. I didn't think for 1 minute we would be able to get in it, but what I mean is I was just testing. Because that's real machinery that isn't real, I thought perhaps this is too, but apparently not. Marty says these really are for us. So that's quite amazing. So we will pick these up and have them. Thank you very much, Kalle, again. So yeah, we will grab... Yeah, we'll pop back up as well with the trailer and grab the rest of this next session. We'll get the chickens need a bit of a top up actually, so we'll get that all sorted, and we will pick our property up that might not appear on our roster, but it is ours apparently. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice feature. It truly is. But the fact that it's not, I think it's like anything, you're used to seeing things in your roster if you've been given things, and obviously everything else been in the roster, so that doesn't, and you think, it's like that tractor. But yeah, perhaps I should be a little bit more, try it. Yeah, but yeah, thanks a lot, Marty. Massive shout out, truly. But yeah, is another end of a session. It truly is. Yeah, I really can't wait till next session actually. Yeah, I can't do any court farm. I think I did say that at the beginning, but it is true. So that I can't continue on court until this debacle of the updates is fixed, because multiplayer is absolutely smashed to smithereens. And because I'm on, if I go back on that in single player, I will get everything given to me. And then obviously we're running a storyline that would ruin the storyline, so it is unfortunate. But until Giants have fixed this, I don't think it'll take them long. I've got to give them that much credit, that they do often fix these major things out. But yeah, it's just a warning to everybody. You know, it is not right at the minute. It is well volatile. That's why it's been volatile for a while, I've got to be honest, and it has been the engine smashes a little too easily, so Giants haven't really got a grip on it and haven't had for a while. I don't keep things like autosave on unless it's for a very good reason, and I've had that on now for weeks because I kept losing sessions quite frequently. So yeah, it's unstable, and that's down to Giants. It really is. And they'd say, oh, it's the mods you've got. Well, that's not really. Yeah, I mean, the modders keep updating their mods to match your work all the time, and it is your game, and you know mods go in there. As much as you give us all a warning, the bottom line is it's your engine that's being smashed. So yeah, it is, and I've not got mod clashes per se. We've had a few, again, caused probably by the last update before this one, and that wasn't even addressed properly. There were still issues with that. That sent the enhanced animal system wappy and literally doubled up on, everything really to do with the cows, as I proved on YouTube, really, on my testing video. Anyway, enough about this. Yes, I try to cheer you up, not to make you glum with moans and groans, but I like to be balanced, and I cannot. I am one of the first to also give Giants the credit that they're due for the physics. I'm always harping on about that, and that is definitely true, but I can't sit back and just pretend like a lot of others do, that everything's okay, and give lip service, because that's not who I am. It's something's either right or it's wrong, or yeah, there's always bits in between. I don't slate Giants all of the time, because the game's not perfect, never will be. The engine breaks and all that type of thing anyway. Even when everything's spot on, you can still have some unforeseen circumstance that smashes the engine, and then you will get crashed out the game, and then you'll have lost your progress. That's why the autosave was in there in the first place. Even Giants acknowledge the fact that the game's got a chance of being slightly unstable, or else the autosave feature would not be there. And there we go, on cue, there is the autosave. Yeah, anyway, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.